This is my DVD review of Ring of Honor Tag Wars 2008. The opening matchup was Ring of Honor students in Pelle Primeau, Mitch Franklin, and Ernie Osiris versus pretty much a mix of talent. Danny Daniels, Mike Ellingui, and Michael Nakazawa from the DDT promotion. And this was a pretty fun opener. You know, you saw some good stuff from Pelle Primeau in here. Michael Nakazawa did some good stuff. For the first time I've ever seen him, he seemed like he was pretty good. Danny Daniels, the crowd was pretty much into seeing him back in Ring of Honor because other than his time at Unscripted 3, you know, pretty much he hasn't been in Ring of Honor in a long time since that whole, you know, terrible feud with the Carnage crew. And this was a fun opener. The crowd was into it. Pelle Primeau picks up the victory for his team after a chin breaker and a roll up to Mike Ellingui in this match in a 2-star match. Then up next was Rhett Titus versus Silas Young. And this match was a little better than I was expecting. You know, I'm a huge fan of Silas Young, and I would love to see Silas Young brought into Ring of Honor full time. But as far as Rhett Titus is one of those guys that he has a character. He has mic skills, but his wrestling ability is very lackluster. He's kind of like Santino, but, you know, his wrestling ability is a tad bit better than that, but not that much. So I wasn't expecting this to be that good, but Silas Young made this match pretty good. Rhett Titus, he did some good stuff in this match, you know, working over the crowd. You know, a lot of good stuff from him. I do got to say he is very good on the mic and improving pretty much week after week, it seems like. Silas Young picks up the victory after... I don't know if he has a name for it, but it's that headstand in the corner, and then he drops down into a springboard moonsault onto him in a 2.5-star match. Very enjoyable. Then up next was Jigsaw versus Joey Matthews in the worst match of the night. Probably the only match of this night I would say that was even bad. Just for some reason these two didn't click. I understand the whole Joey Matthews working the WWE style or quote WWE style. I don't know if you basically he kind of works WWE style to get heel heat, so it works out well. You know, pretty much he doesn't have mic skills, so he figures, okay, this is Ring of Honor. I know if I work WWE style, it's going to garner me a little heel heat, so it makes sense. Just for some reason, these two didn't click well at all. Jigsaw picks up the victory after a roll up in a 1 3/4-star match. And then up next was El Generico versus Kevin Steen. El Generico and Kevin Steen versus Nigel McGuinness and Claudio Castagnoli. And this was a very good match, just like you would see coming up later in the evening. A lot of good tag team wrestling on this DVD. These two teams worked very well with each other. El Generico and Castagnoli, like you would think, worked very well. Steen and Claudio did some good stuff. Steen and McGuinness. Just all four of these men really clicked well with each other. You know, very good match. Really enjoyed it. The end of it comes when Claudio Castagnoli hits he counters a tornado DDT from El Generico and throws him up and hits him with that stiff European uppercut. Then puts him into the Ricola Bomb, hits the Ricola Bomb onto Generico, and then picks up the victory for his team in a 3.5-star match. Very enjoyable tag team match. Then up next was Necro Butcher versus Delirious. And this was a good match. It was a false count anywhere match. You know, just a typical Necro Butcher match, what you would expect. You know, a lot of stiff shots, stiff chair shots. You know, just pretty much a generic Necro Butcher match. It wasn't one of those, you know, great hardcore, you know, spectaculars, but, you know, it was pretty good. You know, Delirious did some good stuff in here. You know, some stiff stuff, like I said. In a 2 3/4-star match, Necro Butcher picks up the victory after hitting a sidewalk slam onto Delirious in a 2 3/4-star match. Then up next was Chris Hero and Brent Albright of the Sweet and Sour Incorporated versus Ruckus and Jack Evans of the Vulture Squad. And this was a very good match. And one thing I got to say about Brent Albright, I'm a huge fan of his, and definitely I gotta say he works pretty much good with anybody. And he kind of has that same mentality of Claudio Castagnoli, where for some reason he works very good, or at least makes the you know, kind of, I don't know what you would call it, like smaller athletes, cruiserweights, the type of style that Jack Evans and Ruckus work, and make them look very good. You saw some good stuff between, everyone in this match. As far as the whole Chris Hero serious gimmick he's doing now instead of the whole, comical gimmick, I'm definitely glad he's doing it, because even though I enjoyed the comedy gimmick he was doing for a long time in Ring of Honor, it started to go on so long that you were like, stop this shit already. It was, instead of it, being there to get some good heel heat, it was starting to just, be there just to, seem repetitive, and started to, seem like they should stop it. So they definitely stopped at a good time, and definitely this was a good tag team match. Not as good as the tag match with Generico and Kevin Steen versus Nigel McGuinness and Castagnoli, but a pretty good tag match. Ruckus picks up the victory after hitting a corkscrew 450 onto Hero in a 3 1/4 star match. Then up next was Austin Aries and Kota Ibushi versus the Briscoes, and this was a great tag team match. Both teams worked very well with each other. Aries and Kota Ibushi, for the first time they ever teamed, they worked very well. Pretty much, the Austin Aries and Kota Ibushi, their styles are so much similar that you kind of thought they would work good as a tag team, and they did. And Briscoes did some good tag team stuff in here. A lot of good back and forth action, a lot of fast-paced action, a lot of high spots in this match. Just a very enjoyable tag team match. Pretty much what I look for in a tag team match, and it delivered to that level. And very good stuff from Austin Aries. A lot of good stuff from Kota Ibushi in this match. The Briscoes pick up the victory after Jay Briscoe hits the J Driller on Kota Ibushi in a 4 1/4 star match. Great tag team match. Then up next was the main event, and that was another tag team match with the Motor City Machine Guns of Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin versus Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black of the Age of the Fall. And this was, like you'd expect, a great tag team match. Two of the best independent tag teams, two of the best overall tag teams in the world going today. Throw in the Briscoes and Kevin Steen and Generico. Pretty much those are the top tag teams in the world going today, since pretty much the mainstream promotions don't really focus on tag team wrestling. And this was a very good match, like you would expect. A lot of good teamwork in this match from both teams. A lot of good stuff from Motor City Machine Guns. Definitely great to see them in Ring of Honor again. Definitely glad they're starting to at least work some shows coming up even after this. So that's a good thing. They'll be working more shows, because definitely they're a great talent, and definitely love to see them more in Ring of Honor. The more they can come in, the more I like to, and the more I love to see them. And this was a great match. A lot of good stuff from Age of the Fall in here. A lot of good tag team maneuvers. Just a lot of good tag work. Pretty much like the match before. It's kind of hard to put in words. You saw a lot of great stuff here. That's basically all I can say. This was a great tag team match. Even though I'm giving it the same rating as the previous match, this is getting a 4 1/4 stars. But I thought this match was a tad bit better than the match before, but not taking away from any match. Both of them were great tag team matches. Age of the Fall pick up the victory after Alex Shelley taps out from the end time from Jimmy Jacobs. Like I said, in a 4 1/4 star match. Great tag team match. And definitely I would recommend this show to anyone. Overall, I would give this show a 8.5. Show I would definitely recommend to anyone. One of Ring of Honor's top shows I've seen this year so far. Other than, Dragon Gate Challenge, 6-year anniversary, and Supercard of Honor 3. I'll put those in front of here. Probably the 4th best Ring of Honor show I have seen this year. And definitely, a great show. Definitely, if you're a fan of tag team wrestling, you will love this DVD. Definitely showcase of why, Ring of Honor, they focus on their heavyweight division great, and they focus on even their tag division basically equally, if not better sometimes, than their heavyweight division. So definitely that's a good thing, and that they do, and definitely a great show if you're into tag team wrestling, and just an overall great show. And yeah, that's it. Peace.